This is no money, mo money, and after putting an end to a 1,000-year war, he thought to take a little break. But old threats create new problems, and now his path leads to war, through a storm of blood. Okay, time for us to finally move on to the last zone of Stormblood's MSQ, eh? Let's get into the Lochs, shall we? Alright, so they've fully taken over the cash drum, and Fordola's unit, or what's left of them, already passed through it into the Lochs, probably with Krile, because they have a prisoner. Alright then, off to the Lochs. Let's finish up this MSQ.
I remember my father's words, how they rang in my ears as we left Castrum Urbania behind and looked out over the Lochs before us. Comrades brave and true, they had come from all across Eorzea to stand with us, to stand against oppression and tyranny. 20 years the Empire had ruled us, but no longer. Liberty or death. Liberty or death.
Now, to the heart of the matter. The enemy appears content to remain within the city walls and await the inevitable siege. Open conflict has been sporadic thus far.
We can ill afford to present Garlemald with a chance to ready her legions. It would be in our best interest to press for a swift resolution.
A long siege wouldn't be good for the people in the city either. If food becomes scarce, you know who'll starve first.
Just so. Therefore, I propose we commit our forces to an all-out assault. What say you? The Immortal Flames will form the vanguard, supported by the archers and the conjurers of the Order of the Twin Adder, under the Elder Seedseer's command. Once the main host has cleared a path to the walls, we will bring forward the artillery of the Maelstrom and the Temple Knights.
What about the resistance?
Your part will be to occupy the residential district and keep civilians out of harm's way. The people are more like to trust their own.
Of course. You can count on us.
Remember that there is a second entrance to the city proper there. If all goes to plan, we will have secured 2 points of entry. Once both objectives are complete, we press on into the city, surround the palace, and hunt down Xenos. As for the Scions, you will be held in reserve as an irregular unit until we have more intelligence on your captured comrade. Krile's rescue will be your primary concern, but I dare say we'll find a use for you once her freedom has been secured.
Well, sure, we want to rescue her, but I'm sure we'll be integral to taking down the entire frickin' military here. We always are.
Rhalga's beacon nears its end. Soon, my friends, Ala Mhigo will be ours once more!
Soon. Very soon, and I'm sure I won't have to take down huge dungeons and great trials to get there. Now that we're here, of course, we have access to more gatherable and huntable resources, which should let me make my last set of gear before finishing Stormblood's MSQ. Well, the 4.0 at least. So let's go ahead and gather up those resources and craft myself my last bit of monk gear, shall we? So here's my current set of gear, and here's the final set of gear for the expansion. I do not like that hat. I'm not thrilled by most of the gear. I'm not sure really about it, but I'll go ahead and wear it. I'm getting rid of that hat. There we go. Much better. Well, slightly better. I'm still not in love with it, but I like it enough that I'll go ahead and wear it. We'll see if I get all the way through Stormblood or not with it. But anyway, that is enough. Let's get back to the MSQ, shall we? Hey, Thancred's back. Luckily for us, he should know where Krile is. This is fitting. She's in a part of the residential district in an old temple of the Fist they've turned into a research facility, which is literally the part of the city they wanted us to secure anyway. So one of the guys from Alagana that we recruited, the one who was kind of a jerk to us at first. So this guy claims to know a way to sneak into the city. That'd be useful. So there's some underwater path through the Lochs into the main city, but there's a gate, and luckily his family stole a key generations ago, so if we can find that key, then we can unlock the gate. Of having to like fight our way through a bunch of random enemies in order to just get to the town so that we can find the key. Hey, welcome home, Whiskard. Alright, time to try and figure out where the key is. Oops. Oh, crud, a bunch of enemies showed up, and I need to go run and protect Whiskar, who I think is over here? Yeah. Woo! There. Jeez. I guess I probably needed to click on the device because look at this diary that was not here before the fight. Guess you do need to click on the obvious trap device that's going to trigger a giant fight because the diary doesn't show up till afterwards. Time to run through. Hopefully I can actually avoid some of these patrols as long as I move around them a bit. We pretty much had to fight everything up to this point, but that's because my AI allies were moving on their own. Now that they're following me, as long as I lead them around the patrol paths, maybe I can avoid some of these fights. So this is the Lochs. It's basically a super, super salty lake. Right, so like even the sand and stuff around is basically extremely salty. Right, up through most of these enemies and hopefully around most of them. And then the stupid frogs. All I gotta do is get up the hill towards that monastery up there. And hope this guy doesn't turn around. Yeah, come on, guys. Come on. There you go. Up the hill. Avoid the frogs. Yeah. We have to fight the giant mechanical monkey man because he's standing right in front of the gate. There's no way you're avoiding him, but you can avoid pretty much everything else. I guess he is doing big, stupid AoEs that are stacking vulns on us just constantly. There's no way we can really search this temple with him just beating his chest and giving us massive vuln stacks. No, you don't. Bye-bye. Okay, that takes care of that. Now we just get into the monastery. Hey, look at that. Grandpa's still alive. What a miracle. Got the key from Grandpa. Now let's go swim through the Lochs and break in through the sewers. Well, the water well. Thancred will go swim with us because he can hold his breath plenty long enough, even though he doesn't have the Kojum blessing like we do. Alphino, on the other hand, he's just gonna stay out of the water and go help other people. I love that. Oh yeah, you can't swim. He's like, yes, I know, but it's more that I can't breathe underwater, thank you. Well, hello there, Urion J. Nice of you to finally join us in this expansion. Oh, cool. So Urion J's given us like an ether siphon based off of Moonbreeda's design. So if we end up fighting Fordola, my job is basically to use this to suck all the ether out of her and screw up her echo vision. Also, Urion J did not, in fact, tell us that she possesses the echo. He's like, well, she has preternatural sight because of the echo, so if I tell them she has the echo, she'll know that when she fights them. So instead he's keeping us oblivious and just telling us to activate this device when we're in her presence so that she can't see our past or present or future to know what we're planning to do to her. Diving into the salt lake we go. No, there's a whole freaking city down here, actually. Like, see, there was a whole city down here before it got flooded or sank. Flooded, I assume. And then they, like, built on top of it. Ala Mhigo basically has a long history of its cities being destroyed and then built over and then conquered and then liberated and then destroyed and built over. But for now, let's just break into the main city here, shall we? Into the basements of the Ala Mhigo quarter through the frickin' well. Now we have to sneak through the town, basically, and open the gates so that our friends can come into the city. Alright, stick close to Thancred. Let him lead for this weird little sneaky mission. There's not too many guards around, but there's enough patrols. And then watch Thancred go and knife this dude. Good job, Ninja Man. Alright, you guys protect me. I'll look for the gate winch. My tiny little potato hands are enough to move these giant wheels. Huzzah! Take the city, boys! And let's go save Krile. Bam! There we go. Resonatorium. That's a heck of a name for the facility. Krile, we're here. But first we have to punch our way through Fordola. Drain her! Actually, it's just a duty action that I can use. Hello,
I can read your
Fordola.
every move!
Sure you can. Oh yeah? Get a ffxiv. No, you don't.
Out of my way!
Get siphoned! Basically, every time the siphon comes up, just hit her with it. She's busy dancing around doing dumb stuff. I'm just gonna keep siphoning her and punching her in the face.
How could I lose?
You can lose because of this. Oh. Dang, can't get in on her very often because she just always do a big AoEs.
Let's finish this!
Yes, let's.
If only you knew the power!
I know the power of sucking you dry of all your ether. Ow. And I'm not able to hit her with anything. Oh, I see what she's doing. Wait, I already drained her. Fine, drain her again then. Jeez, game. Okay, so if you try to fight her when she is covered by the blah blah blah, then she basically just reflects all of your attacks and takes no damage. It's almost down though. Me and Lise will finish her off. Bye-bye, Fordola. Bye, Fordola. Turns out even with the Echo, we can really screw up your ether. He can still beat you up.
everything. I cannot lose.
You can.
I will not.
You will.
Oh, but you will! Without your tricks, you're nothing! Conrad, Mefrid, your own comrades! I should kill you here and now for what you did! But there's no place for that kind of justice here. Not in my Ala Mhigo.
Oh, how very bloody noble of you. Or you'll pardon me my
Oh,
sins,
absolutely
will you?
not.
After you and your freedom fighters come and tear
Who's
down everything we
pardoning
worked so
you
hard to
anything?
build. We were fighting for our people's freedom.
You're slaves to a tyrant! There's no freedom in that!
Now, my friend!
Wow, that was very enthusiastic of a read there, Alphado. I feel like the fight's over. Why are you screaming like we have a time crunch here? All we gotta do is crack open a stupid tube. Hi, girl. How you been?
Krile!
Hello, tiny potato.
Alphina?
Time to go home.
I knew you'd come.
Touching as this moment is, it will have to wait. We should rejoin the main force at once.
I'm taking her back with us, alive. She's going to answer for what she's done.
Cool, great. She's gonna spend a long time just sitting alone in a prison cell.
Listen to you, talking like you've already won. Xenos is gonna tear you apart. He commands a
I
power.
love she's like, Xenos is
Echoing
gonna
that
destroy
of the
you. It's like,
icons.
and afterwards, what's he gonna do to you for failing repeatedly?
What are you talking about?
The hunt, you stupid cow. I'm talking about the hunt. He said you'd come, and here you are, his willing prey. You and your friends are dead, just like mine. And all our misery, all our sacrifice, it was all for naught!
You're gonna live long enough to see us win our freedom. I promise you that.
May I live 1,000 years.
Interrogations can wait. Let us be off.
Actually, our freedom's gonna take us about a day, so, you know. Alright, so Lisa's already turning Fordola over to the soldiers. Thancred's gonna stay here since he knows the city well enough and maybe help the soldiers out, while we go back and report to the Alliance leaders.
Ah, the heroes of the hour. Not content with securing the residential district, you gifted me an Imperial commander. What are you after, a medal?
Hey, well, someone had to
The
take
work
her
is its own
down.
reward, General.
And given she had the
I
Echo,
must say,
someone
however,
with
that
the
Fordola's
Echo
claims were
probably
not a
was
little
best
disturbing.
suited for it.
What manner of power could Xenos have acquired that might equal an icon?
Might she speak of our missing Omega?
I don't know. I think Sid would have told us if that was the case.
Very possibly. The Empire's fondness for comparable Alagon technologies is exceedingly well documented. Have we made any progress with our own investigation?
None. The search goes on in earnest, but Sid has thus far found nothing of note.
Exactly.
Mayhap the Garleans beat us to it. If they were working desperately to repair the machine, that might explain their decision to remain within their walls.
It might. It doesn't.
Ah, Lys. I trust you surrendered Fordola into custody without incident. We were just discussing the pilot's claims.
About Xenos and his newfound powers. She hasn't said a word on the subject since we rescued Krile. Even when the interrogator asked nicely.
They're already torturing her. Cool, great. How about you, Krile? Any ideas?
Mayhap I can offer some insight into her claims. Or at least into the facility and the experiments they conducted during my time there.
Thancred told us only that Fordola had undergone some manner of treatment.
Can't believe they still don't realize what's going on.
Yes. It is a place wholly dedicated to the creation of enhanced beings, whom they refer to as the Resonant. As I understand it, the process aims to imbue a test subject with the qualities of an individual with demonstrated magical aptitude. This entails the mechanical extraction and transfusion of some manner of primordial essence.
So that's how Fordola improved so fast. I knew there had to be something. She wasn't half as strong or quick to predict my attacks when we first met. If it weren't for Oriange's siphon thingy, I really don't think we'd have beaten her.
My humble scheme asked far more in the execution than it required in the conception.
Just, hi there. He's already just behind you.
Oh, you've got to stop doing that.
In calling upon Lady Alisaie after her defeat, I was most intrigued to learn of the apparent effortlessness with which Fordola countered her attacks. 'Twas as if she knew the blade's destination ere its journey began. A most impressive feat under any circumstances, but an almost miraculous one when considered in the context of Fordola's unfamiliarity with my lady's arts. How then could she so perfectly predict an unknown opponent's every move? After much deliberation,
I wonder how.
I surmised that Fordola
Like,
may be
obvious.
possessed of a preternatural ability to divine meaning from the fluctuations of an individual's ether and to instinctively react. To employ a metaphor, one might say that she was attuned to the whispers of my Lady Alisaie's soul.
Almost like she could hear the echo of the... yeah. No.
Wait, have you not just
Exactly,
described a
there you go,
manifestation of the
Alpha.
echo?
Finally. Finally, all of you
I
are
have
starting
no
to catch up
conclusive
to
proof.
what I had already
The
deduced
available anecdotal
hours
evidence
before this
suggested only
point,
that
even on my
Fordola
first
was
playthrough of the
uncommonly
game.
sensitive to etheric fluctuations, and 'twas this which led me to develop my stratagem. I would fashion a device with the capacity to generate a massive disruption in the surrounding ether. If, as I suspected, Fordola's senses were indeed questing for the most minor of oscillations, the shock of exposure to a more amplitudinous etheric waveform would be akin
Big
to a
ether
debilitating
boom.
bout of ether sickness.
Big ether boom.
How ingenious. I note that the success of your plan hinged on your device's wielder remaining ignorant of its purpose,
Yep.
lest Fordola divine your intent.
Yeah, Urianger's good at using
Indeed
us
so,
without giving us
Master
the whole
Alphinaud.
story.
All things considered, 'twas a most fortuitous outcome.
That's putting it mildly. In any event, if Urianger is correct, that would mean these Resonant have been granted the power of the Echo via artificial means. A sobering thought, to say the least, and one which makes me wonder what else Xenos has in store.
Whatever the Viceroy's newfound powers, I know of none better equipped to face him. And face him you must.
Yeah,
For there
yeah.
is now but one path forward, and it leads straight to Ala
We've never
Mhigo.
had any solution to our problems other than throw the Warrior of Light at it before. Why stop now?
And it's not as if we came unprepared. We've got all our friends and allies fighting for the same thing. Honestly, right now, I feel like we could take on anyone and win. And I mean anyone.
Yep, victory's as good as ours. We're getting way too close to level 70 at this point.
Exactly.
Like, victory's
Oh,
gotta
I
be
wouldn't want
close.
to be in Xenos' boots. Not with the likes of us coming to get him.
Me and 8 other friends with protection. Not you guys.
Right. I'd best get back to the residential district.
Well, me and
Thancred
8
the
other
resistance forces are
randos
waiting.
with the protection of the Echo.